The Queen Mother's teeth. Long ago, in the misty highlands of Nkasa, there lived a Queen Mother named Naa-Yaa, whose power reached beyond the throne, beyond death itself. They said she whispered to the ancestors, and the ancestors whispered back. She was wise and beloved once, until something changed. After the death of her last son, she disappeared from public life. The king ruled, yes, but all knew the Queen Mother was the one who made the true decisions. Her voice was never heard again, but her decrees came through black-robed messengers who bore her silver seal, a seal that smelled faintly of blood. The people learned to never question her, and to never say her name at night. For those who did would wake with teeth missing from their mouths, and no memory of how they were taken. Oma, the granddaughter. The king's daughter, Princess Oma, was a child of light, curious, clever, and brave. But she was born during a thunderstorm, when the ancestral shrine caught fire and the sacred drum split in two. The palace elders called her, child of broken sounds, a bad omen. Oma didn't care. She roamed the halls of the palace alone, her mother gone to a long illness, her father too occupied with matters of state. One day, she found a hidden staircase behind the tapestry, a place even the maids refused to clean. At the end of it was a sealed wooden door with a faded carving of a snake biting its own tail. That night, she heard scratching behind her walls. At first, she thought it was rats. Then came the laughter, dry, hollow, and too old for any living person. When she told the palace priest, he grew pale and poured libation into the earth. Oma, he said, do not go near the west wing. Do not speak of the Queen Mother's chamber. That door must remain closed. But Oma was born under fire. She disobeyed. The jar of teeth. The next night, Oma woke to find something heavy under her bed. It was a clay jar sealed with dried palm leaves and red string. Inside it were teeth, human teeth, clean, white, still fresh. Some were broken as if pulled in pain. One had her mother's golden cap on it. Oma screamed. But no one came. She ran to her father, only to find him paralyzed, eyes wide, mouth open, but toothless. His tongue lolled like a dying man's, and in his hand was a note written in charcoal. You asked too many questions. Now you will eat in silence. The forbidden chamber. The whispers returned that night. This time they called her name. Oma. Amoa, come home, my sweet. She followed the voice to the west wing, trembling. The door with the snake carving stood open. Inside sat an old woman, hunched and wrapped in royal cloth, her mouth covered with a veil of gold thread. Around her neck hung necklaces made of teeth, hundreds of them, gleaming in the moonlight. It was the Queen Mother. My darling granddaughter, she said, lifting her veil. You have come of age. Her mouth was wrong. Her gums blackened. And when she smiled, she bore 3 rows of teeth, not hers, but those she had taken. Her power, she claimed, came from feeding on the royal bloodline, consuming the wisdom and voice of every heir. Each tooth I take, I keep their voice. That is how I rule, unseen. Oma turned to run. But the walls were moving. Teeth, thousands of teeth, crawled like insects from cracks, clicking and chattering, whispering names she had forgotten. Her mother's. Her uncle's. Her own. The end, or not. Some say Oma escaped that night and fled into the mountains, where her screams still echo through the valleys. Others say she stayed, and now her teeth rest among the Queen Mother's many strings of bone. And if you dream of someone pulling your teeth while you sleep, don't speak of it aloud. Because the Queen Mother may still be listening.